physical geography basically deals with the physical aspects of the earth. Okay, like in class 11, whatever we have studied, that was a part of the physical geography actually. We studied about the interior of the earth, about the climatic conditions, about the different theories, okay, regarding the distributions of the oceans and the continents. Okay, we studied about like the size and the location of India. We studied about the natural vegetations of India. Okay, so whatever we have studied in class 11, actually, it was a part of the physical geography. And in class 12, like the chapters which I have discussed yesterday and last week also, those are actually the part of the human geography. Okay. So human geography basically deals, okay, human geography basically deals with the different characteristics of the human, different aspects of the human beings and all. Okay, like the economy, the culture, okay, the like you can say the transport and communication systems and all. Okay, so all those aspects which are related, okay, to the cultural, to the economic aspects of human life are actually the topics which we study in human geography. So here you see that geography as a field of study is integrative, empirical, and practical in nature. So geography as a whole subject, it is an integrative subject and it is empirical as well as practical in nature. Okay. So thus the reach of geography is extensive, and each and every event or phenomena which varies over space and time can be studied geographically. Okay. So basically, geography is a subject which deals with all those phenomena which exist over the earth actually. Okay, means any kind of phenomena which takes place on this earth, okay, on the earth actually, can be studied geographically. Okay, and this phenomena can exist in any part of the world actually. Okay, and it can be discussed through geographically. Okay, like nowadays we are talking about the population and the environmental issues and all. So this population and the environmental issues, they can be studied geographically. Okay, so any kind of phenomena on the earth, it has some relations with the earth, okay, direct or indirect relationship with the earth, the natural environment and all. So that can be explained. Okay, so see, thus the earth comprises two major components. One is the nature, the physical environment, and the life forms, which includes the human beings actually. Okay, so the entire earth mainly composed of two components. One is the physical component, that is the nature, and another one is the life forms, where we human beings are mainly included. Okay, and we basically study here the life forms basically include in different life forms, the wildlife and all, even the human, but we take into consideration the human aspects and all. Okay, because the human beings are the superior on this earth actually. Okay, so here you can see that geography as a subject has got divided into two actually. One is the one basically studies with the physical environment, that is the natural environment, and another part of the geography basically deals with the human aspects. Okay, that is the aspects which are related to the human beings. So physical geography studies the physical environment, and human geography studies the relationship between the physical, natural, and the human world actually. Okay, so basically the physical geography, okay, it mainly deals with the physical environment actually. Okay, it mainly deals with the physical environment of the earth, whereas the human geography, it tries to understand the relationship. Okay, the human geography, the main objective of studying human geography is to understand the relationship between the physical environment and the human world. Like we human beings are existing on this earth surface, and in our surrounding we can find many types of natural physical aspects like the forest, the soil, the mountains and all. So human geography basically tries to understand this relationship between the nature and the human beings. Okay, how the nature, okay, how the nature has provided space to the human beings, and how these human beings are okay, has influenced the nature actually. Okay, so this is what about the main objective of studying physical geography and human geography actually. Okay, so here you see that the spatial distributions of human phenomena and how they come about, the social and the economic differences between different parts of the world can be studied through human geography. Okay, so the distribution of the human phenomena, the distribution of different human phenomena, like the growth in the population, economic activities, development in the transport and communication, industrialization, okay, mining and quarrying, any kind of aspects or any kind of phenomena which are related to the human beings, actually they can be studied through human geography. Okay, even the social and the economic differences between different parts of the world, okay, like we can see like there's a huge difference in the social and the cultural setup of the different countries and all. Some countries are far ahead in terms of economic development, whereas many countries are lagging behind in terms of economic development, isn't it? So the work of human geography is to study the causes, okay, is to study the causes responsible for such variation, and also to find out some solutions to mitigate those problems, to mitigate such economic problem of economic differences. And okay, so here we can say that the main objective of human geography is to study the relationship between the man and the environment, that is between the human beings and the nature. Okay, and how the nature it plays a very important role in shaping the human society, the human culture, the human economy and all. Okay, and how the human beings have like played their role in changing the environment, in changing the nature actually. Okay, so see here, the core concern of geography as a discipline is to understand the earth as a home of human beings and to study all those elements which have sustained them actually. Okay, so basically the core concern of geography as a discipline, okay, the main concern of geography, whole geography actually, I'm not talking about physical geography or human geography, I'm talking about the entire geography, a geography as a combined like entire discipline actually. Okay, see, so the core concern of geography as a discipline is to understand the earth as a home of human beings and to study all those elements which have sustained them. So the main objective of studying geography as a whole discipline is to understand the earth as a home of the human beings. Like we human beings, we live on this earth. So the entire earth is the home to us, isn't it? Do the human beings exist in the other planets? No, the human beings does not exist in the other planet. Human beings exist only on this earth. So the earth is the home to the human beings and all. Okay, so the main concern of geography is to study the earth as a home of the human beings, and also to study those elements, okay, and also to study those elements of the earth, those phenomena on the earth which has sustained the human life, okay, which has helped the human life to evolve, which has helped the human life, okay, to become socially, economically and culturally developed actually. Okay, so thus the emphasis on study of the nature and the human beings. So the main emphasis is put on studying the nature and the human beings. So basically geography deals on, okay, basically geography deals with the study of the nature and the human beings as a whole. Okay, means any kind of phenomena on the earth which takes place, okay, which has some relationship with the human beings and all, can be studied through geography. Okay, so this is just the introduction. Okay, this is just the introduction to this chapter, human geography, and here we come to know that how the human geography came into. So geography is a subject which got subjected to dualism, and the wide-ranging debate started whether geography as a discipline should be a law-making subject or theorizing or a descriptive subject. So among the geographers only, okay, means when the subject of geography came into existence, actually the people, okay, they started studying the phenomena on the earth, okay, through geographically actually. So at that time, okay, the subject of geography, okay, it got subjected to dualism, or you can say the subject of geography has started playing a dual role. Okay, like many of the geographers, they consider geography as a subject of lawmaking. Okay, many of the geographers, they consider geography as a discipline which must be considered as a lawmaking subject or theorizing subject. But some other groups of geographers, they decided, okay, or they considered geography as a descriptive subject. Okay, so some of the geographers, they tried to understand the various factors or the various causes of different phenomena on the earth. Okay, so they were actually those who belong to this group of lawmaking. Okay, and some of the geographers, they tried to explain actually how the things are happening and all. Okay, why these things are happening and all. That is the other group of geographers who consider geography as a descriptive subject actually. Okay, So whether its subject matter should be organized, and approach of the study should be regional or systematic. And even there was a debate, okay, about the subject matter of the geography actually. Okay, so many of the geographers, they consider geography as a the approach of studying geography must be regional, and many of the geographers, they consider the approach of studying geography must be systematic actually. Okay, so later on actually, okay, the entire geographer, the group of geographers, okay, they got divided into two groups. Okay, so some were considering geography as a lawmaking subject, whereas some group of geographers, they were considering geography as a descriptive subject which describes different phenomena, which tries to explain the different phenomena and all, okay, on the earth. So whether geographical phenomena be interpreted theoretically or through historic institutional approach. And even there was a question like whether the geographical phenomena which existed on the earth actually should be interpreted theoretically or through historic institutional approach, okay, through the different experiences which we have gathered in history, through our historical experiences and all. Okay, so these have been issues for intellectual exercise, but finally you will appreciate that the dichotomy between physical and the human is not a very valid one. But nature and human are inseparable elements and should be seen holistically. So the geographers actually who got divided into two groups actually, okay, they they've continued their studies, they continued their studying about the geographical phenomena in their own way actually. Okay, so basically the differences among these geographers is the matter of intellectual differences. Okay, and actually the subject of geography, okay, is a subject where both the nature and human elements are inseparable. Okay, where both the natural and the human elements are inseparable, and it should be studied holistically actually. It should be studied as a combined entity. Okay, nature cannot be separated from the human aspects, and human beings cannot be separated from the natural part actually. So both these aspects, that is the natural aspects and the human aspects, must be studied together in order to have a better understanding of the phenomena, in order to have a better understanding of the causes which are responsible for this various phenomena on this world actually. Okay, so ultimately you can see like it is interesting to note that both physical and human phenomena are described in metaphors using symbols from the human anatomy actually. So the geographers, they continued their studies. Okay, the geographers, they continued their work, okay, according to their objective, according to their ideology actually. Some were interested in studying geography as a lawmaking, and some of the geographers, they continued studying geography as a descriptive subject actually. But in geography, okay, like we use in order to explain various phenomena on the earth actually, okay, there are various geographical phenomena actually. Okay, we take the help of the human body parts and all, okay, to explain those phenomena actually. Okay, and it shows that geography as a subject, okay, is a combined entity, like a nature and human beings are a combined entity actually. It is not inseparable actually. Okay, see, we often talk of the face of the earth, the eye of the storm, mouth of the river, the snout of the glacier, and the neck of the stummus, or the profile of the soil. So here you can see that we are using different parts of the human body actually to explain different geographical phenomena. Okay, to explain different natural phenomena actually, such as the face of the earth, the eye of the storm means the center of the storm actually. Okay, the mouth of the rivers, that means where the rivers originate actually. The neck of the smooth, okay, the profile of the soil, that is the layers of the soil. So different body parts, okay, has been used to explain different natural phenomena and all, which tries to show actually that many of the geographical phenomena can be explained, okay, can be explained through the human aspects and all. Okay, so similarly, there are many geographers actually, like similarly the regions, the villages, the towns has been described as the organisms. German geographers, they describe the state or the country as a living organism. Okay, so there are a few geographers actually, they have described the villages, a particular region or the towns and all as an organism actually. Okay, and even like the state of the country, okay, the state of the country has been considered as a living organism actually, because it goes on evolving. Okay, a particular place or a region or a town, it does not remain static for a longer period of time actually. Okay, it goes on changing, the characteristics, the size, everything goes on changing with time actually. Okay, and this is why the geographical space such as the towns, the villages, the various regions and all, they have been described as a living organism actually, which is considered as a living entity actually. And the network of the roads, okay, the network of the roads, the railways and waterways have often been described as the arteries of circulation. Like in our human beings, we are having like the blood circulation system, okay, the circulatory system actually, through which the bloods and the water it flows actually. So in the same way, to maintain you can say the distributions of the goods, okay, to maintain an overall development of the entire region and all, we take help of this network of roads, railways, waterways and all, okay, which connects different regions, different areas, different countries and all. So this network of roads, the railways and the waterways, they have been described as the arteries of circulations actually, through which we distribute the goods, we collect the raw materials and all. Okay, so human geography, okay, basically is a detailed study actually. What I can say is that human geography is a detailed study of all those phenomena, of all those aspects, okay, of the human beings, okay, as well as of the nature, okay. I know we can study it in a combined way together actually. Okay, so is it clear till here? The basic question here is that I'm just saying the question, can we separate the nature and the human when they are so intricately intertwined? The answer is
No,
actually,
sir.
so what do you think? Can this natural phenomena and the human aspects be separated and studied separately?
No, sir.
Why?
So because human beings are getting everything from nature only.
Okay, Rudranil, what is your opinion?
Because nature and human beings are interdependent on each other.
Okay. Nikito, what is your opinion? Nikito,
Yes, sir.
what is your opinion about this question? Can the natural aspect, can nature and human be like separated, or they can be studied as a separate entity?
No, sir.
Why?
Because they're interlinked with the nature and environment.
Okay, how they are interlinked? Can you give an example?
With oxygen.
Oxygen. Okay, fine. Okay, so let us proceed ahead actually. So the basic question now arises, can we separate nature and human when they are so intricately intervened? Actually, the answer is no. The nature and the human beings, they cannot be separated actually. Okay, because they are very closely related. The nature is totally dependent on the human beings and the human beings are totally dependent on the nature actually. Okay, like from the very ancient time when the human beings were not so much developed socially and economically, from that time only the human beings were totally dependent on the nature for their food, shelter and all. Okay, and at present also we human beings are technologically so much advanced, but then also we are dependent on the nature for the raw materials and all. Okay, and on the other hand, the natural phenomena, the various kinds of natural aspects actually, they have been influenced, okay, like like we human beings has caused a lot of changes to the nature actually. Okay, and like we have changed many like natural aspects or natural physical features on the earth actually, just because of the human activities. Okay, so here you see that human geography studies the interrelationship between the physical environment and the socio-cultural environment created by human beings through mutual interaction with each other. So here you can see that the main objective of studying human geography is to study the interrelationship. Okay, is to study the interrelationship between the physical environment and the socio-cultural environment actually. Okay, between the physical environment means the physical environment which has been formed by the nature actually, and the socio-cultural environment is the you can say the setup, okay, the environmental setup which has been created by the human beings, like the society, the race, culture, towns, and all. Okay, so basically we try to understand, okay, we try to study the interrelationship between this physical environment and the socio-cultural environment through mutual interaction with each other. Okay, mutual interaction with the nature and the human being, and the human beings with the nature actually. Okay, so while physical environment has been greatly modified by the human beings, it has also in turn impacted the human lives. So our activities, okay, our human activities has greatly influenced, okay, the physical environment actually. The physical environment has been greatly modified by the human being. Like we carry out various kind of activities, okay, and just because of our activities actually, the physical environment has been modified. Like in the hilly region, we are constructing the dams, okay, by like we are constructing the dams to obstruct the flow of the water. So what we are doing actually, we are changing the physical environment, isn't it? We are cutting down the trees, we are clearing down the forest to set up the industries and all. Okay, that means we are changing the physical environment, isn't it? So like this way, okay, different human activities on the earth, okay, all the human activities on the earth, they has caused certain changes to the physical environment. Okay, certain changes has been done in the physical environment by the human activities, and in turn and in return, the physical environment has also impacted the human lives. Okay, okay, on the other hand, the nature, that is the physical environment, it has also impacted our life actually, impacted our human lives. Like nowadays we can see the environmental pollutions, the increase in the temperature, global warming, and all. So what is this actually? This is the outcome of changing the physical environment. We have caused some changes to the physical environment, and now the physical environment is reacting, okay, and because of which we are now getting impacted, our life is impacted actually. We have constructed the dams to obstruct the flow of the water to generate electricity, and this is the reason, like now the cases of landslide, okay, flash floods and all, it has increased. The low lying areas, they are not getting enough amount of water just because we have obstructed the flow of water, okay, in the higher altitudinal areas. Okay, we are causing deforestation, so there is a crisis of oxygen in and around us. Okay, we are cutting down the we are carrying out the mining activities and all, so the earth is like getting exhausted, okay, like the minerals are getting depleted day by day actually. Okay, so this is how the human activities has caused a lot of changes, okay, to the physical environment, and the physical environment has retaliated, okay, it has retaliated back, and it is also causing impact in our life actually. Okay, and this the impact, okay, on the human life is actually not a positive impact, but it is a negative impact actually. So basically, there are many geographers who has given the definition of human geography in different ways. So as I said, that geography is a subject, okay, which got subjected to dualism. So many of the geographers, they consider geography as a lawmaking subject, and many of the geographers, they consider geography as a descriptive subject. So those group of geographers, okay, like geographers who try to study, or they focus on the study of the human aspects, okay, are known as the human geographers. Okay, means they who tried to study about the relationship between the man and the nature, and about various other phenomena of the human beings and all. Okay, those are the human geographers actually. So some of the most like important human geographers are like Rachel, Ellen C. Sample, and Paul Weidel de la Blache actually. Okay, so they have given the definition of human geography in their own language in different ways actually. Okay, and now we are going to study about the definition of human geography given by these three different geographers: Rachel, Ellen C. Semple, and Paul Weidel de la Blache. See, Rachel is one of the most famous human geographers. Okay, Rachel is one of the most famous human geographer, and he said that human geography is the synthetic study of relationship between human societies and the Earth's surface. So what Rachel said? Rachel said that human geography, okay, human geography is the synthetic means a detailed study, okay, a very detailed or a very minute study of the relationship between the human societies and the earth surface, and the earth surface basically resemble the physical environment. Okay, LNC Sample, he said that human geography is the study of the changing relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth. Okay, human geography is the study of the changing relationship between the unresting man and the unresting earth. Actually, now these three terms has a significance: changing relationship, unresting man, and unstable earth. These three terms has a very important significance in this definition given by LNC Sample. The relationship between man and the different time period. Okay, the relationship between the man and the environment, that is the nature, has got transformed. It has changed in different time periods. When if we talk about the early human beings, in the early life of the human society, like early human beings existed, at that time the relationship between the man and the nature was at its initial development. The human beings were totally dependent on the nature for their food, shelter, and all, okay, for survival. But when human beings started developing the technology, the human beings, they started using the natural resources and all, okay, to satisfy their needs. And now we are technologically very much advanced, and now with the help of our technology, we are causing damage to the environment. Okay, we are causing a lot of changes to the environment actually. So this is why it is said that human geography is the study of the changing relationship between the unresting man. Okay, the human beings, the human society is also going on evolving day by day. Okay, they are advancing like in terms of technology. In earlier period of time, our technological development was nil actually. We did not have any kind of technological development in the earlier period. And when human beings started understanding the natural phenomena and all, and with the understanding of the natural phenomena, we started developing the technology. Okay, and with this technology, okay, we went on changing the physical environment, we went on changing the surrounding environment and all. Okay, so this is why it is said that the unresting man and the unstable earth, even the earth is unstable. Okay, like in 11 also we have studied that about the plate tectonics theories and all. Okay, so in that theory, what did we studied actually? That how did the movement of the plates and all, it led to the formation of the earth. Okay, and how do the exogenic and the endogenic forces actually, it helps in formation of new landforms and shaping the new landforms and all. Okay, so the formation of the earth, okay, even the earth actually, okay, the earth is undergoing the process of change. Okay, means different physical environment, okay, different physical features on the earth is still changing actually day by day. Okay, at a very slow rate, but it is changing actually. Okay, so this is why it is said the unstable earth. So now we, if you read the full sentence here, you see, so human geography is the study of the changing relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth actually. So this is the definition which is given by LNC Sample. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
The next, Paul Weidel de la Blache, he said, conceptions resulting from a more synthetic knowledge, okay, from a more detailed knowledge of the physical laws, that is the physical environment, which governs our earth, and of the relations between the living beings which inhabited it. Okay, so Paul Weidel de la Blache, he said that human geography is basically the conception. Okay, the idea of human geography is basically the conception which results, okay, which is an outcome, okay, of the detailed study of the knowledge we are getting from the physical environment. Okay, and also the relation between the living beings actually, that is the human beings which inhabited on this earth actually, which inhabit on this physical environment actually. See, so conceptions resulting from a more synthetic knowledge of the physical laws. Okay, the concepts which we gain, okay, the ideas which we gain after a detailed study, after a detailed studying of the physical environment and all, and also the relationship, okay, the conceptions which we get or the ideas which we get after studying the relationship between the living beings which inhabited, okay, which inhabit in this physical environment, that is in the earth actually, on the earth actually, is the main subject matter of studying human geography. Okay, so here basically Radzel is the most important human geographer. Okay, he is one of the most notable human geographer, and the definition of human geography given by Radzel is the most accepted one. Okay, is the most accepted definition of human geography actually. So now I'm just briefing out actually. So human geography is actually the subject, okay, or you can say it is actually a branch of geography which mainly tries to understand the physical part and the human part as a single entity, okay, which tries to understand the relationship between the man and the nature, okay, how the man and the nature has acted on each other to change each other actually. Okay, so this is what about the introduction to human geography. Next day we are going to discuss about the environmental determinism, okay, or you can say environmental determinism, which is also known as okay, environmental determinism and possibilism. We are going to discuss in our next class actually, and that topics are more interesting. So in that topics we will come to know that how the like human beings has shaped the environment, natural environment, and how the natural environment has shaped the human society. So I hope the topic which I have discussed is clear to you all.